So today we are going to talk about if someone is a narcissist in your life. I am going to discuss why it's absolutely essential you find out if this person is a narcissist, and one strategy you can employ today to help you determine if they are a narcissist. So if you're new here, welcome. We talk about challenges people might face on their recovery from CPTSD or emotional abuse and neglect, and also how to deal with challenging people in your life, including potential narcissists or other unhealthy relationships. So you're wondering if someone is a narcissist. When I started this journey of trying to discover if someone important in my life was a narcissist, it took a good couple of years of real hard discovery for me. I was really unsure within myself, so that didn't help. But then, it's like sometimes they seem like a decent person, sometimes they're not, sometimes you're living in an alternative universe if you were in a narcissistic relationship. And one day you kind of wake up and come out of the fog, and it's like, oh my God, where have I been? What have I been doing? And what is going on? If you find yourself searching for information on the internet, on YouTube, voraciously trying to figure out if someone is a narcissist, that is part of the journey. Do not feel bad, because you have to know what you're dealing with. It's essential you find out, because how you deal and strategize and manage someone in your life that has narcissism is different than you do healthy people. So we still maintain our core of love and respect. However, the expectations for this person, what to expect from this person, setting boundaries, and what you might come against are going to be different. You're not relating to someone that has healthy patterns, and so therefore you cannot treat them the same way. We don't treat an unhealthy person unhealthily. However, we do treat them a different way. Like, I don't treat my 5-year-old the same way I treat my 14-year-old. And I'm not trying to minimize the pain that someone that has narcissism can create in your life, because it's exceptionally painful. It can be devastating. However, again, my approach is always to try to maintain our integrity of who we are while dealing with somebody that doesn't play fair. So, what is something you can do today to test and start to find out and gather that evidence that will solidify if someone in your life is a narcissist? I was in my marriage for a good 15 years before I started this, before I started the journey to start to look into narcissism. And then once I started to dabble in, well, maybe, then that took a few years. And then it took me some time to gather my strength to actually start to implement this strategy. But you might be ready for this today. If you're at this channel, you're ready for this today. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a boundary with a narcissist, and we are going to hold them accountable for it. That's it. It's really simple, and it will show you a lot about this person. And even if they're not a narcissist, it will show you how healthy their relating is to you and give you more information on if you want to continue down this road. Okay, let me give you an example. I'm really big into examples. They help me a lot on my journey, and that's a big part of what I want to do on this channel. So for instance, I started getting brave once I got more secure in who I was. It's like, okay, I'm going to set this boundary. I started with something really small. You can do the same thing. Just test the waters, right? So I've got 4 children. We've got 4 children. Every morning I'm up at 4:50, so I can have 10 minutes of coffee time before I need to even move very much, right? So at 5 o'clock, I'm starting lunches and breakfast and all that jazz. So I requested that my husband, hey, look, we're trying to work together here and balance some of the chores more. It's really helpful to me if you will clean out the lunch boxes for me. So I, didn't come at my spouse angry or this or that. I was trying to relate in a healthy manner, right? It's explain to them how important it is to me. It's really helpful to me if you can make sure the lunch boxes are washed out for me, because it's really early in the morning and it just would mean a lot to me. Okay, so this was the pattern. I would get the okay, oh yes, sure, no problem, I understand. Okay, so that had happened previously for the past 17 years, and then he would forget. And it wouldn't happen. It would never happen. And I never held him accountable. Oh, he's tired. Oh, he forgot. Oh, this and that. He doesn't mean anything bad by it. He's just forgetting. And this is why the term, it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts, because it's all those little forgettings in all the other areas that all add up and literally will bleed you out. So it's really important, again, to find out what you're dealing with, because then this person most likely is not going to change. They can choose to change. That takes years of therapy on their own without us involved in order for them to get there. But so at this point, they're not changing if this person does have narcissism. Okay, so again, example. So the lunch boxes. This time I reminded him, hey, you said you would wash them out and they weren't washed out. It made it really hard for me in the morning. Oh, I forgot. Okay, sometimes we forget. Can you please? I'm not going to talk about the past 10 years that you forgot. This is a brand new start. I'm willing to play brand new, fresh start. Okay, so will you please do this? Again, it's a really big deal. It's very important to me. It also shows that you care about me. And so then he would do it a couple times and I would thank him for that. Oh, thank you. It made my life so much easier. And then he forgot. And I didn't say anything. Let me see if he remembers. So a big part of the holding accountability is, sometimes people do forget. This is a fresh, brand new start. Let's see if he remembers on his own. And then it was forgotten for the next week. So I had to set specific time frames. So if he did start to do it, I would thank him for that. And, it was really helpful. And for the reinforcement, right? And then if it got forgotten, I would give it a day, maybe two, to see if he would pick it back up again. Is he self-aware? It's an example of someone is self-aware. No, was not getting picked back up again. So I would let a week go by. And I'm journaling all this because it's important for you to keep track so you can go back and look at patterns. Because your brain was conditioned to not accept the reality for whatever reason. We all have different reasons why, and that's going to be something you're going to want to get into. But your brain is going to want to go back. It's going to want to go back, and you're teaching it something new. So if you write things down, you can go back and look at it. So that is just a little example. And in the past, it would be for me oh, that's no big deal. Just let it go. Who cares? It's lunch boxes. But like I said, when that's happening in all the areas and you're not working together in a partnership, and what you need and what works for you is never being met, I had to really examine if that was a relationship worth staying for. Always feeling forgotten, always feeling ignored, always feeling neglected. And that's just one element. Not to mention the other there's going to be other highlights if someone is a narcissist where they're going to use manipulation, things like shaming to try to get you to do what they want, also blame shifting, and oh my God, the word salad. That literally makes me shudder. That's another video. That's another video. Not for today. But that just wanted to give you a quick example of how you set a boundary, hold them accountable. Set a boundary, hold them accountable. Let's see what they do. And that will give you a lot of evidence right now there if someone is a narcissist. If you like this information, please subscribe. I would love to hear in the comments maybe a boundary you set that was crossed or completely ignored, or ways that you figured out if someone was indeed a narcissist in your life. So thank you for watching, and until next time, take great care.